love my people. Black people. Wow, wow, wow. I love my people. Black people. Yeah. Greetings, my beloved Black people. Welcome back to the plight and struggle of Black people in America. As you know, on Sundays, we do our Prominent Black People series, and I've been missing in action for a couple of weeks. I had the pleasure and the joy to go back home from June the 30th to July the 14th. And what was so amazing, I have some lifelong friends that I grew up with, and I had no idea all the things that they had planned just because they knew I was coming back to Philadelphia. And I promise you, it is a joy and a blessing to have lifelong friends that not only are still above ground with you, they yet displayed their love, care, and concern. And wow, I promise you, wow, that's amazing. And it's a blessing. I got three brothers I'm going to recognize today in our Prominent Black People series. These are just three North Philadelphia Kings. There's several, but this is only three we're going to talk about. James Canada, James McBride, and Norman Dukes. Okay, now let's start with my brother Norman Dukes. Okay, me, Norman Dukes, and James Canada, we grew up on the same block. James McBride was just on the next block over, same 100, Bailey Street. We were on Taney Street. Okay, Norman Dukes, we live exactly across the street from each other on Taney Street. I think I was 17, 16, he was 17, 17. And, you know, just to say a few things about the Dukes family, I believe it was most of us, if not all, I know it was me for sure. I always admired how they had, it seems like they had everything that a person could want or a child could want. They were pretty much my age. They had a sister and brother that's a little older than me, Kevin, Karen. Then you have Norman that's a year older than me. Norman turned out is my age. I thought she was younger. And Lisa, I think, is a year or two younger than me, perhaps. I'm 62. Born February 13, 1960. Okay, but getting to my trip to Philadelphia. Now, Norman Dukes, this brother, he's a businessman and a property owner. And this brother provided me with a place to stay my entire stay in Philadelphia. And I had family members there. And I thought that was so great, so outstanding, so big of him. And I love him. I love all these brothers. They love me. But anyway, I've been knowing his wife for a while, Angie. And she invited me to go to a flea market with her and her sister. And I thought that'd be interesting. And I went. And it turned out I thoroughly enjoyed it. It was really a nice experience. And it turned out when I was traveling, forgot to bring my toothbrush and toothpaste. And Norman Dukes, like I said, provided me a place to stay my entire time. And his wife, Angie, I don't know how she knew, but she had me a toothbrush and toothpaste there that I had actually forgot. I had it not packed, but I had it put up to take with me. I found it when I came back. But wow, how amazing is that she was so thoughtful that apparently just in case I forgot it, because usually you don't forget that. And usually I don't. I just thought that was so thoughtful and considerate and kind and loving. All of those good things. So thanks, Brother Dukes. Appreciate you. Looking out for the brother. Yeah. Then we're going to go to James McBride over there on Bailey Street. This brother, too. I've had experiences of these brothers in a group, but I've also had personal, individual relationships with each one of these brothers, which makes it so, so special and unique to me. But anyway, James McBride, this brother, he has done many things, actually. I mean, I'm just realizing, just finding out that this brother even been to the military. I didn't even know. I left Philly at 20, so I guess they went to the military at 20. Him and a couple other brothers that I found out. But anyway, he came home, worked for the Philadelphia school system, I believe, as a protector, and he recently retired. So he's part of Freedmen's Club that I'm a part of as well. I retired April 30th, 2021. Wow, it's a great feeling. And this brother, he's into working with the youth, and that's my main thing myself. And he does that. And this brother, too, it turns out, I found out and I was glad to know, he loves to drive. I don't. So what happened with that was he drove us to New Jersey. It's these ladies that I've been knowing since like 2006, I believe. We got involved through communication on the internet, as a matter of fact, getting involved with a fellow out of California that had a thought of a group, UVCC, United Voices for Common Cause. And that's how I met these ladies. The group had broke up a while back, but I stayed in touch with these ladies, and I'm glad I did. And James McBride, which we call him Reggie, he drove us there. They live in Ramsey, New Jersey. That's like a 2-hour drive. And even before I met these ladies, getting involved with this UVCC thing, these sisters already had an organization, excuse me, that points out the fact that Black people, come on now, there's no way we should be the ones keeping this N-word thing alive. It doesn't make any sense. But anyway, they have a group called Educate to Empower. And you can go to educateempower.org. And this is Marcia Harris and Renee Harris, and I got to see them in person. Wow, I really, really enjoyed that. And Reggie, my buddy, he drove both ways. I enjoyed that too. And but just back to my buddy Reggie, James McBride. Speaking of Reggie, he has a son that's in the acting business, entertainment business. I think he started out as a stand-up comedian, if I'm not mistaken. And his name is Reggie Concourse, I think is the entertainment name. And he's on the series Insecure, another series, Michael Shea, C-H-E, a brother that has a show that came off of Saturday Night Live, I believe. And he writes for another show that started in Philadelphia, some elementary school comedy. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, happy for the brother. And also Reggie, James McBride, the father, he has a company called Good Company Concierge, and they provide executive protection. You know, if you're traveling and you're, a big public figure, something like that, they can provide protection, transportation, professional drivers, and loss prevention, and any type of security professionals that you may have a need for. So that's great. And then his wife, she has a jewelry business on Instagram. It's called Brace Yourself Bracelets. And the motto is come brace yourself. And I had bought a onyx necklace from them a couple years back. And it was really nice. It was so nice. I ended up giving it to someone for a gift. So that was cool. But I mean, what's so great and outstanding for me, this visit to Philadelphia? All of my lifelong friends that I got to see, and these are the main three in my life growing up. I left Philly when I was 20. But Reggie, man, this guy, he just did everything he could for me, provided this, provided that. Some laughs as well. He think he's funny. He never really been that funny. He always thought he was funny. So maybe that's why the gene passed on to his son to actually be funny. But I will say this, Reggie had me laughing a few times. He was clowning me a little bit. It's all good. I can handle it. And I knew it was all in good nature. Brother shows nothing but love. Okay, our next person is going to be James Canada. Okay, now this fella, he grew up on our block, Taney Street, pretty much, but that was actually at his grandmother's house. It's this one incident on our block one time. I don't know if he just happened to have a knife or maybe he carried a knife. I'm not sure. But we were over, I think, the Speedwell's house, which was right diagonally across the street from his grandmother's house one night, I believe. And he had this knife, and he let me see it. I'm not one to do a lot of playing normally, but I guess back then I was. And he let me see the knife, okay? He wanted the knife back. And instead of me just handing him the knife back, I'm like, no, it's doing like this. And he stuck his hand out. I didn't realize it, and the knife stuck him in the hand, and I left it there. And the first thing that came to my mind, I said, Tank, don't tell your grandmother. Which to me, that says quite a bit. One main thing that's pointing out to me is how close and tight we had to be, that rather than be concerned about his anger to hurt me or pay me back or something like that, I was more concerned about don't tell your grandmother. Wow, we go way back. So, James Canada, James McBride, Norman Dukes, three of my longtime friends that showed nothing but love when I was up in Philadelphia. Man, I had a great time, great experience, and all y'all need to do now, come to Dallas, and I'm going to show y'all. I'm going to try to show y'all as good a time as y'all showed me. I don't know if I can do as good because I'm just one person. Y'all were three that did me. So I'm going to try, though. Number love for you, brothers. I promise you. Number love. My beautiful black people. Wow, wow, wow. I love my people. My beautiful black people. Say it with me now. I love my people. Beautiful black people. I love my people. I love my people. Black people.